country that are a direct correlation from Robert Mugabe and his government's misrule. Clearly, the old man is clueless and blind to any effective panacea to cure the cancerous socio-economic and political rot in the country. There is only but one solution to the national crisis, and this is the call that we are making as a vibrant youth political party, that President Robert Gabriel Mugabe must step down, and if at all he cares for the people of Zimbabwe. So we are just going to make a couple of comments on a few things before we alert the public on the party's agenda going forward towards 2018. Firstly, on the comments against the judiciary that were made by President Robert Gabriel Mugabe. He came out attacking the judiciary. More specifically, his diatribe against Justice Mwaera, who defended the people's constitutional right to demonstrate against government when the judgment was given that demonstration should go forward after they had been banned. In doing so, Mr. Mugabe demonstrated an unfortunate and barbaric precedent which dates back to the 80s. It is worrisome that a head of state of his alleged intelligence dares to interfere with the people's only hope for justice. Mugabe's sentiments against the judiciary is evidence that there is no respect of the rule of law with this regime. If anything, the president is proving that he doesn't care for law and only believes in the law of the bush, where he is the almighty whose decision should never be questioned. We want to make it categorically clear that Mr. Mugabe's actions must not go unpunished. And as a youthful party, we have since taken initiative to drag him to court. And there is growing concern, we know, from various sectors as to the effectiveness of litigation against the president. Believe me, all those concerns we are aware of. But nonetheless, we are not deterred from our intention. On Thursday, this Thursday, we are filing with the High Court an application for leave to sue the president. I know there are people who say, no, this has been done several times and it has proven unsuccessful. And they're saying, you know what? Some people might have been unsuccessful, but we want to go there and we want to give it a hit. Because we can surely not live in a country where the rule of law is thrown to the dogs. We surely cannot live in a country where one man can hold the whole nation at ransom. One man can say things to the detriment of the whole nation, and the nation keeps quiet, and we go ahead as if it's business as usual. Right? They say he's a politician and he can say whatever he feels like saying as the head of the executive. But we also say that you are a president. You are the man that this nation looks up to. So if such sentiments you pass them against the judiciary and your children, which is the nation, are listening, what do you expect them to do? So we are coming up and we are taking Mr. Mugabe to court for that. We are going to say, okay, if you can't listen to the people who get into the streets every day. Recently we had a group known as Sajamuka coming out to demonstrate against the sentiments that were passed by the president against the judicial. And again, the police descended heavily upon them. So this is the president saying, I don't want to listen to the citizens. So we are going to try to take you to court and see if you don't want to listen to the courts also. Let the whole nation, let the whole world witness you disobeying a direct order from the court. So this is exactly what we are going to do after we get leave from the court, which we are very confident and hope to get. Some are saying, okay, are you going to demand damages from the president? Are you going, what relief are you demanding from the president? We are going to the court to say, Mr. Mugabe, you should respect the confines of the Constitution. The same document or the same principles that establish your office, you should be able to respect them. So this is what we want the court to simply do. Give an order for Mr. Mugabe to remain in the executive and not to interfere with the judiciary. If at all he's got a problem with some of the judgments that the courts are passing today, there is recourse for that. There is recourse for that. The Constitution, the law of this country allows for recourse for that. You should go ahead and appeal against the judgments of the court and not come out guns blazing and threatening, intimidating the same judges. Because it is our constitutional right as citizens of this country to have faith in a judiciary which is unbiased and unintimidated. Judges should be able to give their, to give their judgments freely, without fearing that one day the president is going to come out and say something and we might be held at ransom for that. So our application is already in place, and on Thursday we are going with our lawyers and we are filing it with the High Court for leave. And then on police brutality and interference, it is said to note that the Zimbabwe Republic Police now acts as an extension of ZANU-PF's tools of hooliganism. Zimbabwe is slowly turning into a police state, where the police is used to intimidate and not to protect. Really. Zimbabweans are peace-loving citizens. We are peace-loving people. We are not violent. When we go out into the streets to demonstrate, not that we are expressing our concerns. We are saying we are tired of suffering. We are tired of unemployment. We are tired of being mistreated by our own government, a government that we elected into office. A government that has got a constitutional mandate to observe and respect our rights as citizens. So when we go out there and we start speaking against these things, we are not going out there to say we want to subvert the government. Remember, that's not us, it's not in us. But we want the government to listen and succumb to this pressure. You can't keep quiet, really. It is not your place as a father to beat that child up. A hungry child has got a right to demand food from his father. For those of you who read the Bible. So this is what the government is doing, which when the people go out and they protest, and when the people go out and express their demands and express their needs and express their expectations to this particular government, there's a team that people call as a team from the riot police. They descend heavily upon these people. And the justification always is people are being violent. But I've been to demonstrations, people are not violent. People are provoked. If anything, people run away from police, And it is all because this is being instigated by the same people that are supposed to be protecting us. We have become as Zimbabweans more afraid of our police, to the extent that we start to see them not as the protectors that they really are, but we begin to view them and see them as our enemies. But these are the same people that are not getting paid in time. They are the same people whose concerns are similar to the concerns of us civilians. They are the same people who, when they go back home, they've got to get into that shady house again. Same people who are struggling to pay their rentals at home. And yet, when we come out and register these concerns, we get descended upon. I know they say, we are following orders. And as such, if you are following orders, this is a message directly to the police. If you are following orders, now we want to talk to your superior and say, Commissioner, Mr. Chuburi, you need to start respecting the Constitution. We are not ignorant of your connections with the ruling party. And we are not ignorant of the people that are appointed to where you are, appointed you to where you are. But all the same, as a matter of principle, the Constitution is above the people that put you where you are. The Constitution is above political party alignments. The Constitution is the supreme law of the country. And as such, it should be respected. Let the police do their job and protect the people. Without favor. Recently we had ZANU-PF hooligans who masquerade as youths coming out to declare war against protesters. And surely, the police has to keep quiet when such threats are made against the public. We have heard of no arrests. The only arrests we know right now are the arrests of the likes of Promise Mkwananzi, who is coming out guns blazing to defend the rights of the people. Gift Osalo Sizia, who is coming out to say the students are demanding a stake in how this country is run, and the students are demanding 1, 2, or 3. These are the people that are getting arrested. And when you have Jim Kunaka coming out and saying, I'm going to come after this boy called Lumumba and cut his legs. This is reported in public media. And the police do not respond to that. They do nothing about that. Right now, there's a demonstration that people are planning to say, we want to demonstrate against a particular minister. And then you have ZANU-PF coming again and holding a press conference. I doubt if police attend their press conferences. Is it because ZANU-PF is above the law?
No.
Is it because ZANU-PF is more superior than anyone in this country? So this is what we are saying to you, Mr. Chihuri, as a matter of principle. Protect the citizens of Zimbabwe. And go into your organization and loot out any elements that are against the will of the people. Don't say, hey, people are being violent. I've been in conversation with police officers. Hey, I'm not violent, and the like. No, I'm saying, but do you realize that that is a direct response to what you will be doing? Sure, I'm saying, I'm not violent. We are proponents of peaceful demonstrations, and we don't believe in destruction of infrastructure and property. But also, police do not become the instigators of violence, because it is only a matter of time until the people of Zimbabwe say, it's only a matter of time. Let's avoid that by working together. Let's avoid that by respecting police officers as our protectors. The people that we know as violent, regarding the violent, more soon get it. As in violence. Sometimes you even beat up, Chenbere. Nehara was not going to protect. So the culture needs to change, Mr. Chihuri. The culture needs to change. Make this environment conducive for everyone. And then on electoral reform, Viva Zimbabwe is clear that the electoral environment is both not safe and ready for an election. As such, we are making a clarion call that Justice Rita Makarau must resign as commissioner of the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission. And this is because she has for long presided over failed processes. And we just don't trust her anymore. We trust in ZEC to be an independent commission that presides over a proper and fair electoral process. We have failed to see this in the previous elections. And if a justice in the caliber of Rita Makarau can be there and tolerate that, when people applauded when she was appointed, but if she's still there and she can tolerate all the shenanigans happening within the ZEC, surely she must resign and a new commissioner must be put in place. A new commissioner who should see to the complete overhaul of the voters' roll. Up to today, we've got a voters' roll that is archaic, full of dead people, and nothing's being done about it. We need a proper voters' roll, electronic voters' roll, updated, which speaks to the people that are alive today and capable of voting. Voter registration should be opened up immediately. We are a youthful political party and we believe in representing the rights of the youth. We've got a number of young people who are not yet registered to vote. And they want to go register to vote, and the excuse that Rita Makarau is really giving right now is, at Namari, we don't have money to register people. Surely, how much money do you need to register people? We don't want to get into the technical requirements of your organization, but we want to believe that a government should not be in a position to say we can't register someone who wants to vote. It's a right. It's a constitutional right to go out there and vote. And if the prerequisite is to register, then everyone should be registered. In fact, we should have an automatic system where the moment you turn 18 and you're registered of voting age, you should be entitled to vote. So this is the clarion call that is being made by youths out there to say we want to register to vote. We don't want an ambush, as we know ZANU-PF is capable of staging ambushes. They tell you now we are registering voters, a couple of months before elections. Knowing very well that, the infrastructure that they have in place is not adequate to cater for every person who wants to register to vote. So voter registration should be opened as a matter of urgency. We are in support and we are working together with other political parties, congregating under the auspices of NERO to push for electoral reform. And we are clear. We will not advocate for an election without reforms. We will not get into, if you want us to play a proper match, get in there, fix the turf, make sure the ground measurements are okay, and then we can kick off. So this is what we are saying also in support of NERA, of the NERA, electoral reform before election. No electoral reform, no elections. And we are gathering up youths around the country. Viva Zimbabwe is gathering up youths to say the pressure is on government. That's time 81. We'll take you to my courts, we'll get into the streets until you can listen to us. I have a message again. My youth is ZANU-PF. ZANU-PF does not have a monopoly over violence. People just choose to say we don't want to fight them. As children, you know, there is no man or no woman. You should know that. So stop going around throwing threats all over, thinking, I find out that's bagera. As we choose to be peaceful people. So let's do politics and let's not do war. Don't declare war on the citizens, and police, please respond to such threats of violence. Taneta. There cannot be any economic recovery in the country unless there is a complete overhaul of government, and then there is a reform in the political system. ZANU-PF is equals to economic collapse. ZANU-PF is equals to unemployment. ZANU-PF is equals to poverty. So the only way we can overcome the economic turmoil that we have in the country is if we can take this bull and send it to Peki. We have said it before, and we are saying it again, that the youth of this nation constitute a large percentage of the population of the country. And surely if we can organize ourselves and come into formation, we can take the system down. We can take this regime down. We cannot be held hostage for over 36 years, for over 35 years. And we ignore and pretend as if everything is going, and yet we complain in our bedrooms. My youth say, come, let's work together. Let's build up. And I can tell you, with the energy, vibrancy, ideas, and intelligence that we have, we will take this regime down. And we will make sure there's a dawn of a new era in this country. Viva Zimbabwe is at the moment going around the country to look at our structures, edu. And look at our structures, edu, we are also identifying young men and young women who are capable. We are placing them as community leaders. They are starting to veto policy from council level up to national level. To parliament, minister. All policies are being vetoed by young people. We've got great ideas coming in on how this economy can be made better. But the first stage and the first step is to take down Mr. Mugabe. Thank you very much.